We are back with a very special food edition of Shop This List. This morning, we are bringing you a delicious twist on what would normally be an average pizza night, not this morning. And joining us with a satisfying version of a pizza pie is Chef Laura Vitale. And you can scan that QR code, by the way, below to shop this recipe. You can add everything you need with your Target cart. Just one click. Laura, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you.
This is a great way to start. It seems like a Friday night pizza night, but you can do this any morning of the week.
You know, I make pizzas on a weekly basis in my household, and it's very easy. And I always tell people, like, have fun, be creative. And one of the best things you can do is utilize whatever bits and pieces you have in your fridge to make a stuffed pizza.
So walk us through this. The dough is obviously critical. That's what makes the pizza unique and delicious.
Absolutely. And the dough is actually very, very easy. All you need is all-purpose flour. To that, you're going to add a little bit of sugar. I like using instant yeast, if you don't mind.
This is instant yeast?
Yes, because you don't have to activate it in water. A pinch of salt, and then you just need some warm water. You want to make sure your water is not cold, and you also want to make sure it's not too hot, otherwise it kills the yeast. And then a little bit of olive oil, and that's just going to knead for a few minutes until it's nice and smooth. And once it's there, you place it in an oiled bowl and let that rise for a couple of hours on your counter. Easy. Takes 2 minutes of hands-on work.
Let it rise for a couple of hours, though, so you got to give yourself some time if you're going to.
You can also do it the night before and put it in the fridge. It'll rise overnight. That way you really don't have much to do before your pizza.
All right, but what you stuff it with is what makes this particularly delicious.
Today we're going to do a spinach and mushroom stuffing, which is really lovely. In a saucepan with some olive oil, we're adding mushrooms, and we're going to add some onions along with a pinch of salt. And you're going to sweat those together until they begin to take on some color, and all of that excess liquid cooks out of the mushrooms so that you don't get
Take on some color for lay people means when the onions start turning a bit brown, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
so that you want to make sure that that filling isn't too soggy. Otherwise, your pizza crust will be soggy. And it'll start to look a little something like this. Now, to this, I always have frozen spinach on hand because they're economical and they're always easy to grab and put an extra box in the freezer. Thaw those out and then really squeeze out any excess moisture and add that.
Can we check with our teammates and see, Savannah and Dill, you guys happy with this? Are we
happy?
Are we satisfying?
It's bread and cheese and it's delicious.
What's there to not be happy with?
How can that not be delicious? Mix all those together, and that's essentially your filling. But if you have leftover sausage, leftover chicken, leftover meatballs, slice them up, dice them up, add them in, and now you're utilizing whatever you have on hand. Now, for the actual pizza itself, we're going to use a 9-inch pan that everyone has, so you don't need any special equipment.
Okay.
And if you would put that filling right in.
This one? Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
And then you just need to make sure that your pizza dough is divided into 2 pieces. So you need 2/3 of it for the bottom.
Is this all going in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
2/3.
You don't cook that beforehand.
It was cooked.
Oh, it was cooked.
The bottom of the pizza crust is not, but the filling is cooked.
I guess I spaced out there for a second.
He was hard at work.
I know. How dare you were drinking this wine.
I'm earning my breakfast this morning.
He was hard at work. And then we're going to just dollop it with some pizza sauce. I'm using the Good & Gather pizza sauce. I love it. It's easy to grab on hand. I'm always on a Target, so it's easy to just grab a few pieces to stock your pantry.
That you don't mind having like a canned sauce.
No, not at all. Especially if it's like a good organic. I like grabbing a couple extra things when I'm out and about. Stuff it in the pantry.
When this stuff is accessible, you're much more inclined to do it, right? Like if you have to make your own tomato sauce, I'm like, yeah, I'll pass. But when it's like just buy the can, it's easy.
It's easy.
100%.
A little dollop of ricotta, and of course you need to top it with lots of mozzarella. And then we're gonna put a lid on it. And you're going to seal it.
Is this a heavy dollop or the whole thing?
It's a heavy dollop, but it's okay. That's okay.
That was a strong dollop.
You put the lid on, you pinch the sides, you kind of want to make sure that it's all nice and sealed.
Yeah.
You know, pretend we're doing like a perfect job. And then you want to make a little slit on the top so that it vents.
This would be fun with kids too, actually. They can feel proud about what they made.
I was just thinking that kids would love this.
Yeah.
A little olive oil on the top, and you're going to bake that for about 35 minutes or so, or until it's a beautiful golden brown color. When it comes out, sprinkle a little garlic on it, a little bit of parm, and it is beautiful.
This is the part that goes on top.
You missed the cheese, mister.
Oh, I was going to say, did I miss the cheese?
Yeah.
There
you go. There you go.
More of everything.
All right. Or we have cheese all over the top, which actually gives you a beautiful crust.
It'd be a nice golden crust, right?
It does.
Sorry, here, let's trade for a second. I want to taste this as well. But yeah, so we're happy with this?
I just love that you can literally put anything inside this that you want to.
That's the beauty of a stuffed pizza. It's like whatever you have going on, you can add it in there. So say for Sunday, I always do a big Sunday meal with meatballs. Always have it never fails. I have a handful of meetballs left.
Yes.
Why? I don't know, but it's a great thing to like chop.
Throw them in the pie.
And throw them
or even like grilled chicken from the week.
Isn't
it good?
Very good.
Anything.
Laura, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great.
I apologize for my mess. We'll deal with that afterward. Again, by the way, you can buy the ingredients by scanning our QR code. You can head to today.com/shop-this-list. And stick around. Laura's going to be back with more delicious pizza creations in our next hour. We're looking forward to that. But first, your local news. Ciao. Appreciate you.
Good job, Laura.